I've been getting a few questions on a makeup routine. I thought it would be a good idea for me to sit down and do a everyday full face makeup. I tend to switch products a lot, not necessarily by choice. Sometimes I might be gifted things and I try them out, or I don't know, I run out of something and I am curious to buy something else. But on that note, I also have been trying to minimize my makeup routine, or my products at least. I don't necessarily have like die-hard products. I kind of resort to what works. Sometimes I'll switch it up, and I'm not so picky. I feel like most brands nowadays like do good makeup. Let's dive into it. Beforehand, I have prepped my face with just my regular skincare routine, mainly moisturizer, because as you may know now, I have dry skin, so for me it's very important to be as moisturized as possible. What I've been doing lately, and I think this is perhaps not gonna work for the oily girlies, because this is an oil. It's a mini version of the Nuxe oil, but it has this rosé glitter. It's called it is their multi-purpose dry oil. I have the big one as well, but this one has like hope you can see, yeah, it's like a illuminating, and I have been loving this, like even on non-makeup days, to just like give you a really moisturizing glowy base. So most of the times I just skip the foundation or CC cream and I'll just go in with concealer right away. But since we're doing a bit more fancy today, I'm gonna go in with I think I'm gonna choose a CC cream. Recently really been loving the It Cosmetics. If you just put like a bit on your hands and you just tap it in. Sometimes I just do it like the entire thing with my hands. I know some people hate that, but you know what? It really blends in the product so well. Now for concealer, it's actually one of the products that I used to have a die-hard concealer, and it was the Tarte concealer, as most people did or do. It's really good, but lately, or a while ago, I got the chance to try the Isadora No Compromise Light Concealer, and I think this is a really good budget-friendly option. I mainly use it under my eyes, under my nose, and this little pore that I popped and it became like a scar. That's just classic me. I'm gonna continue with Isadora and use their contour stick to sculpt and define. This one is very pigmented, so I'm just with the brush. I used to apply it directly on my face, but I think this gives it a more natural finish. Like as you can see, and just from the brush, it's very pigmented, so but it blends out very easily as well. So for blush, I've been also switching a lot of colors and shades. I've realized that in the summer, I like more of a red shade, and in fall, a more of a brown shade. I have, for example, also this one from Isadora, which is really nice if you have a similar complexion to mine. But now it's spring, I'm feeling a bit like in the spring vibes, so I'm resorting back to my Rare Beauty blush in the color Happy. I kind of don't mind the blush being fairly like integrated with the contour or the bronzer. I think that just looks more natural, I guess. Now for powder, this is maybe one of the more die-hard products as well, but I really like the Laura Mercier. I've had the translucent one. This is the one in, I think, honey, so it has a bit of color to it, and I just prefer that one over the translucent one, just because you do risk of getting like flat, like if you take flash photos, it can sometimes look a bit white. Not that I'm attending any red carpets, you know what I mean, but you never know. I'm just swirling around and make sure the product is like really in on the brush, and then I just tap, tap, tap. And one thing I've been liking lately is to also make sure to have some powder in the eyebrow area, just so that your what we're gonna apply later, which is the eyebrow pencil, doesn't smudge. So let's move into the eyes. I was also a victim of the Anastasia Beverly Hills dip brow for many years, and I actually never switched it out just because I really liked when it dried down and it actually looked really natural, and I was so used to using the brush. Now I've moved on though to, I've been using the NYX Lift and Snatch. Also was sent, let's see if we can find them. Yeah, this one is the X-Brow from X-Lash. And so this one is like, you know, kind of, I think it was like tattoo brow liner, you know, it's like a felt tip. While this one is more of a like regular eyebrow pen. And I want to start like using these ones. This one is almost out anyway, so let's do this one, and I'm just gonna fill them in. Really like this pen. I really like it. I think it's the first pen that I'm able to use. And then just brush them up and blend everything in. Then I'm gonna go in with a clear eyebrow gel. This one is also from X-Lash and X-Brow Brow Fix. So for the eyelids, actually when it's just like an everyday, and I'm also maybe feeling a bit stressed. Let's see, where did I didn't bring the bronzer, but I was gonna say I just used what I use as a bronzer. My eyelids, I did bring this eyeshadow palette, so I'm just gonna take like a bronzy shade, and it's honestly just to give a bit of color to the eyelid. So yeah, normally I use the bronzer, and the bronzer that I've been using for the past years is the MAC Give Me Sun, and also the Lancome one. Okay, so before continuing with the eyes, let's start with the lips. And this is the most exciting part, because this video not only is a get ready makeup tutorial or makeup how I do my everyday makeup, but it's also sponsored by the brand Wonderskin. And this is a product that I'm really excited to share, because behind the scenes I've been using this for the past few weeks and I've been loving it. So I'm very excited to share this collaboration with you. If you don't already know Wonderskin, they, I would say, are mostly famous for their long-lasting lip stains. And I've been trying out 3 shades. I'm gonna share which one I like the most, and it's honestly become my staple like lip routine, just because it's so, like, I have 100 of different lip pens, also because I tend to lose one every time I go out. And this one has been such a nice way to just get like a really good color on your lips, and then throughout the day you don't need to like reapply lip liner or lipstick every time after you eat. You just have like a good base of color. The shades that I have are Lovely, Hush, and Charming, and my personal favorite is Hush. 15 seconds is enough, and if you want it a bit like of a deeper color, 60 seconds, so it's very quick. So let's go in with Hush, which is my favorite. Wait while that dries down a bit. Before we finish the lips, I want to share with you also Wonderskin's eyeliner and lip liners, but we're gonna hold on these for a bit and first do the eyeliner, because I tend to like in the past I've done like with regular eyeliner and then just put a bit of eyeshadow on if I want to be extra fancy, but on an everyday basis I just go in with an eyeliner. And you have this issue of wanting a long-lasting eyeliner, but you also want it to be easy to apply on your eyes, because when it's too dry and it starts dragging, the line is not crisp and you have to go in and like fix it. you don't have that issue with these eyeliners. They're actually pretty amazing. This is brown sugar and Kalamata. I also have the black one, but we're gonna focus on a medium brown. So I'm gonna do brown sugar. I have a mirror, but I'm gonna come up close just so you can see how soft it applies. Like I'm almost not even touching the eye. And it's like done. Now if you want to just like even it out a bit or like feather it out, you can do so before it dries down. That one a bit too long, so as you can see it just blends in. But once you have it on, it stays on. Just gonna curl my lashes. So for lashes, I need something waterproof as a first mascara. I have the Lancome Hypnose at hand. It's not one of my favorites. I do really love the Maybelline, what is it, Lash Lift and Sky High, I think, but I just run out of it. So we're gonna use what we have before we buy something new, right? I'm doing my first layer with this one just because it's waterproof. Second layer though, I'm gonna use Lash Idol by Lancome. I feel like we're on a pink theme here. I feel like this one lengthens your lashes pretty well, but like when you have Maybelline mascaras that are like a third of the price and so good. We're getting to the end of it and we're gonna do lip liners. So back to Wonderskin. I completely love these as well. They're as creamy as the eyeliners and it's pretty shocking for a lip liner. I don't know if I've just been unlucky. I've been using, I feel like, the MAC lip liners for a really long time. I also really like the Isadora ones. I have to say they're very creamy as well, but these are just something special. So this is the color Saddle and Nutmeg, and just to add a bit of dimension, we're gonna do Nutmeg. That's a bit darker, and as you can see, I've been using it pretty hefty this past. As you can see, I need to sharpen it, but it still glides on amazing. Gloss, I want something really glossy. So we're doing the Wonderskin. Oh, I was about to do a lip stain. No, the clear lip gloss. But on other days, I also really like the, especially if you maybe just do a lip liner and nothing else under, I really like the gloss bombs from Fenty, and this is the color Fenty Glow. So it adds a bit of color, but since we already have lip stain, lip liner, you know, so I think a clear lip gloss, it's just enough. And this is one of the more like thick lip glosses, but on the other hand, that means it lasts much longer in my opinion. Last step, setting spray. I said goodbye way too fast. I actually forgot that the last thing I do is, because blush, I understood it's the first thing that disappears when you walk out. So I always go back in with a little blush. So I'm very warm tone, right? And we've been using, I would say, more warm tone products. So to contrast that and bring back a bit of that pink, I really like this one from Kylie Cosmetics. It's Winter Kiss, and it's actually a cool pink. So it's on the opposite end, but I love it. Like this blush, or at least this shade, is so nice. Okay, maybe a bit on the nose. Yeah, I'm skipping more bronzer and highlighter today because I feel like we already have the highlighting oil, and then we have the creamy bronzer. So I feel like we're highlighted and bronzed enough. Okay, there we go. That's the final look for today. As you can see, I finally got and cut my bangs, and now that I blow dried them, they seem like a bit short, but whatever. they're gonna grow out like tomorrow anyways. So I hope you liked the video, and please, I got lipstick on this one and I wet it and now looks not nice. But I hope you liked the video. I have linked the products from Wonderskin below, and if you want the 10% off on your next purchase or your first purchase, you can use the code Sylvia10. And I also linked all of the products that I used. And if you have any questions, let me know. And that was it, and I'll see you in the next vlog.